So we've just finished our 100th game, so let's have a look at what that looks like stats-wise. So here's our rating graph. Let's see if we can go to all time. Kind of an interesting graph. So you start off with your provisional rating around here. I think this kind of first chunk, actually we progressed relatively okay, just shy of 2000. So I think that we could kind of work our way playing people until we got to just under 2000. And then interesting section from here to here where we kind of plateaued. So I think this is a kind of combination of being new to talking through my thoughts as I go through it. Playing 2000 players is difficult, and also probably a bit of like the respect level as well. So if they're seeing your level as 2000, which I was here, and that's the opponents that I'm playing, they're not going to treat you like a 2170 player. They're just going to play like that. So I think I kind of plateaued here, which was interesting, and I wondered if I'd ever get past 200, 2000. So it took till like end of Feb before we hit 2000, and then it seemed to be basically just like a pretty linear up to 2100, and then kind of we boomed all the way up to like 2170, which is where we are now. Did that in like April, and then we've probably plateaued, stayed 1-1, lost one around there. So that's probably my level. We've hit some highs and some lows. I remember this little 4-game streak started to get really frustrated. It was like 4 or 5 games of that, and we kind of bounced back, and now we're at 2170. So it's been really interesting. Now I've not looked at this. Let's look at the insights. Update insights. Just look at some of the presets then. I just want the filters just to be on. What do we see here? So rating gain. Most of my opponents are kind of in the similar bracket. I do, when I play stronger players, done okay against that. So that's interesting. Win rate by openings. So I've pretty much exclusively played Van Jeet, right? So let's have a look. Game result as white. They're all variants of the Van Jeet, pretty much, aren't they? So by white doesn't really take too much difference. There'll only be a slight variation here. Game result by colour. Why can I not see? Oh, see, I want both of those. So yeah, obviously much better with white than black. So we're winning 70% of our white games, drawing 10 and losing 20. That's really good. Really happy with that. Even black winning 60% of our games and losing 32 is good. It'll be interesting now that we're kind of up to 2170 how that continues. I think my plan will be to try and keep this white number as high as possible, and then keep this red section as low as possible with the black pieces. So that's kind of interesting. And then it'll also be interesting to see my black openings win percentage. So where was that? If I go back, no, insights. So I'll do this, and then wonder if I can change the filter to be black. So I also don't know what these are really called. So I presume the Nimzowitsch Kennedy, is that the Van Jeet with black? And then the modern's about 50. Okay, we're only at 4 games, really? Why have we got such few games? Okay, that's not super useful. Game result by opponent strength, and I won. Okay, so with the black pieces, maybe let's just. I think I had a couple of bullet games, so let's just go with that. So win 80% of my games against weaker opponents. 2 games against stronger opponents with the black pieces. That's pretty good, isn't it? And then let's look at white. pretty good again. Yeah. So game result, time pressure. This one would be interesting. Let's put it on there. I don't know. Does it tell you what time pressure is? Probably does somewhere. So what's this? Number of moves, time pressure. Seems pretty consistent. It's slightly more time. Number of moves. Slightly more time pressure against stronger opponents, which I think makes sense. It'd be interesting if they could see that in a different way, because I sometimes feel the time pressure, like maybe result by time pressure. Does it have that? Time pressure by... I don't know, maybe we'll look at that next. So this one, my accuracy. So I play better chess against weaker opponents, but interesting. Fine, accuracy, what else has they got? Tactical awareness, what does that show? 100% tactical awareness. Let's go. I'm obviously more switched on that I should be creating tactics against weaker players. Get about 80% against the others. Luck. Yeah, I suppose that makes more sense, that stronger players are going to punish you and less strong players won't. Performance. So how does that work? If against weaker players I perform at 2280, against similar players I perform at 2200, and stronger players I perform against 2230, and my rating is 21 something or other. Fine. So I wanted a bit more on this time pressure by opponent's strength, by like game result or something. Game result by date. Is more time pressure good or bad? Do you reckon it's time per move? I don't know. Is there a trend in that? I don't think so. Time pressure by opening? Not really. By time pressure by time pressure. I presume this is how long I've got. If you've not got much, so I want to see like accuracy by time pressure or something. Can I see that? This is interesting. When I've got lots of time left, I play at 90% accuracy, even down to 25% of my time. Drops a bit. It's only when I get under 3% of my time. This is really useful. I think this is probably one of my main takeaways, is don't get in this bucket, because then your accuracy drops significantly, and I've felt that so many games I get time pressure, and then yeah, so that's basically saying in every 10 moves you're going to play 3 inaccuracies, which you obviously can't do in a time scramble. So keep time on my clock, but it's interesting that it only dips when it's lower than 3%. So it's like 10% of a 15-minute game. Yeah, just on a minute and a half, isn't it? So keep 2 minutes on my clock and I'm okay. Cool. Well, that's what 100. I want to see actually about opening family. Yeah. Okay, this is interesting. So Vanji, and can I see how I played? Performance. And we'll do it by colour. So my white opening, so Vanjit. 2267. Yeah, so Vienna's my worst. 29. Only 29 games of Vanjit. Sicilian, Caracan. Yeah, so they're all pretty good. So Vienna's an interesting one. So maybe I'll try and swap that out and play something else against a Vienna. But everything else is pretty good. And then with black, I'm just basically trying to see if there's something that absolutely tanks. So with black, this is the reverse. Van Giet cost me 2,300. My Dutch defense, not fantastic. Okay, noted. My modern 2000. Yeah, that's what I've been trying to play more recently. My Petrov, yeah, 2293. So maybe bring that back. And then after this, they're all a bit low. But it's interesting. Like once I get to 200, 300, 400 games, this will be really useful to kind of see what's working in practice for me. So that's performance by opening family. What about accuracy? It's probably a similar trend, isn't it? Reasonable accuracy in my main ones. And what about as white? Yeah, played the French. Cool. No, it's interesting. That's what the insight looked like after my first 100 days on Lichess. Thanks for watching.